Hi folks, and welcome back to Emerging Strategies, Creativity and Innovation at Work. In the last video, we have introduced the concept of creativity as the ability to give a new interpretation to an old problem or opportunity. We have also seen that creativity frees us from the burden of an old idea, and that creativity is not about coming up with a new product or service, but rather is the ability of forgetting or destroying an old interpretation of a problem. But the question then becomes, what do we do after we have been creative, after having forgotten and destroyed an old interpretation of the problem, which is, by the way, our product or service? In previous videos, we have explained the difference between the work of the entrepreneurs, the business innovators, from the work of scientists and artists. The work of the business innovators is that he or she must create something that is not, but that must be. As you can imagine, we already use creativity to identify something that is not, through forgetting, destroying, and reframing. But now we are shifting into the second part of the sentence, something that must be. Therefore, we must shift our attention from creativity to innovation. And the best way that we know, at least nowadays, in order to innovate, is through design. But now, let me introduce you to the magic world of design and design thinking, something that only very recently has joined forces with the theories of business innovation. First of all, let me say that design and design thinking start with the output of our creativity process. If you remember, creativity wasn't about creating something new, but rather to forget and destroying an old idea. And design starts with this new interpretation of an old idea that was our product or service, and try to shape this new concept into something real, something tangible. That is the reason why prototyping is so important, because it's in the process of trying to give shape to a concept that actually designers start to learn about the ways to create more values for customers. Another important point about design and designers is that in the design process, designers don't even try to be right, but rather they focus their attention on the learning experience. They acknowledge that no idea was born right. The last point I want to make about design is that design, actually great design, happens at the intersection of new possibilities, something that we have seen emerging in our creativity process through reframing, and the constraints that the company experience both internally, for example, the different activities that the company performs, and external, that could be the positioning that the company occupies within its industry. One essential thing that I want to highlight here is that innovation through design, it only happens if we first have used our creativity in order to reframe our understanding of our product and service. Therefore, our creativity not only frees us from the burden of an old idea, from an old interpretation of the needs of a customer, but actually creativity, that probably is the most forgotten part of the innovation process, enables us to open the doors of new possibilities. Possibilities that we wouldn't have even considered because our rational brain wouldn't have let us. Stay tuned.